hello everybody. How are you? If you can, please share with some of your followers so that we can increase the views for our video. And also, don't forget to give me some thumbs up and some hearts, all of that good stuff. So at the bottom of your screens, you should have a plus sign with the little figure of, hey Shanique, you should have a plus sign with a figure of a person, and just share with your followers, and we'll give a couple more minutes for some other people to join in. My sister's on the line. Hey, Al. Hey, Mr. Chisholm. We're just going to give him a few more minutes. We're right at 7:05, so. Hey, Tasha. Hey, Naomi. Al, you a hater. Cut it out. Thank you. Thank you, Tasha. So as we're going through the video, please be sure to give me those hearts for something that you agree with, something that you like. We're going to, let's see. I know, right? That is my mama. So please be sure to give some hearts, leave messages if it's something that you want to discuss while we're going through. I will try to keep up with them and answer any questions that you have as I'm going through. Let's see where we're at now. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started, so everybody else will just have to catch up. All right, so I'm LaShonda Alexis. I'm the founder of Dazzling Divas, empowering women towards success, where we motivate women to overcome obstacles, vision success, and embrace change. So last week we started our Motivational Mondays, and it was a hot mess. We couldn't get the video to work and everything, but this week we are back on schedule. And I always want to try to go through something out of the book, Journey Through the Eyes of a Teen Mom. This is my personal self-help book. If you have not gotten your copy, you can email me, you can inbox me, I can send you the link, and you can find it there. I will also post it down here at the bottom in the comments for you, and I will do that right now because I have not done that. So you can actually get on my my page for Dazzling Divas, the website, and you can go under the tab to purchase. Give me 1 second. All right, so I have added the website here for you all to go on if you need to find this book, Journey Through the Eyes of a Teen Mom, or you can inbox me, or just send me a message and let me know how I can get in touch with you to send you the link. Okay? All right. So last week we talked about how your success is not everyone else's success. Hey, Javon, your success is not everyone else's success. And sometimes we try to please everyone else and do what everyone else wants us to do, but it's really what success looks like to you. What do you see yourself being successful at? Do you see yourself being successful at starting your own business, for going on a weight loss journey, doing a lifestyle change, becoming closer to God? You know, different things that you can be successful with. Some people really don't think that that's considered success, but it really is. Whatever your vision of success is, that's what you want to stick to, okay? Don't ever let anybody deter you from where you're going and what you have been called to do and who you are called to be. Hey, Latrice, thank you for joining. If you can, please share with some of your followers and the people that are on your contacts, and we will try to keep this video going along. And if there's something that you like, please give me some hearts. Y'all can give me some hearts anyway because y'all on the video. So just give me some hearts. If you want to invite people to this live feed, you can go down to your bottom left, I believe, but it's on the bottom, and you should be able to add people to this actual Facebook Live. All right, so tonight, and for those of you that are joining, I was just giving them a brief recap of what we talked about on last week, which came from, you know, what your success looked like. What is your version of success? Do you actually want to believe what everyone else is saying? You know, is that your version of success? No, it's whoever you see yourself being or becoming. And once you get there, once you reach that goal, that is your success. That is your success. It doesn't matter what it is and what it looks like to anybody else. All that matters is what it looks like to you. Okay. So we're going to go into the second portion of my book, and it's under marriage and military life for me. In this section, I pretty much talked about what it was like being married, and the things that I did in order to try to make that happen. But it really wasn't supposed to be done that way. It was supposed to be done by me consulting God first and really making sure that I was making the right decisions. And sometimes we like to go ahead of what we're supposed to be doing, and I know I do it all the time, but I have to slow down. So what I did was I went in there and I talked about how I got to a place of, you know, deciding that my husband was going to be my husband at that time, and he really wasn't supposed to be what I made him, okay? And not that I forced him, but it was what I did in order to make things happen the way that I saw that it should be happening. But not one time did I consult God on what I should have been doing, okay? What should have came first. So I picked a passage from the book, and if you have the book, it's on page 21, and it says, as my husband tried to make changes, I couldn't get back to the sweet life that I had before, because I had already sold my goodies to the lowest bidder for temporary satisfaction. Okay, for temporary satisfaction. I want to talk about that tonight, because this isn't just for relationships. It's not. This book, it pretty much hits you in every aspect of your life, okay? So some of you are entrepreneurs. Some of you work a 9-to-5. Some of you do extra things on the side. You know, you do both. What I want to share with you tonight is that sometimes we settle. We settle for less than what we deserve. And because in the book, what I was talking about was the fact that I cheated. I cheated because I felt like I wanted to get back with from what he had done to me. But in reality, I wasn't really getting back at him. I was just making things a lot worse. So what I did was I felt like, okay, if you could do it, I could do it better. That's not always a good mindset to have, especially when you're in a relationship. So we're going to switch this thing over and talk about what your relationship is when you have a business, or when you have an organization, or when you have some type of relationship with another person that's actually in business and you're partnering with them for a cause. Okay. Now, sometimes we want to be out there and we want to do things and we want to help so bad that we don't stop and think about, how is this going to affect me? How is it going to affect my life, affect my brand, affect my image, and the things that I want to accomplish? Now, I want you to get you some notes, a sheet of paper and pencil, anything that you have. You could take notes and send me questions afterwards or whatever. For me, I have had many people that have came across my path within the last year. And what I've realized is some people aren't actually there to help you, and they're not there to really bring you to the forefront to help you with your brand or to help you move forward. They're just there to pretty much use what you have. And that's what people will do. They will take what you have and they will suck you dry. And you will not be able to get to where you need to be because you chose to sell your goodies to the lowest bidder. Whatever your gift is, whatever you have that's inside of you that you really want to do, you want to accomplish, you have to understand that that is worth a lot. It is worth a lot. And you don't just give that to anybody. You have to give it to people who are very appreciative of it. You have to give it to people who are willing to accept it, people who are receptive to what you have, okay? Don't ever settle. Don't sell yourself short. Anything that you do, if you're a speaker, if you're a writer, if you are just working with someone else, hey Cherie, thank you for joining. If you are just working with someone else, don't sell yourself short, because they're the ones that actually need to get what you have, okay? And everything that you do, you have to look at it that way and say, you know what, there is somebody in this situation that's going to need what I have. So let me show you the value in me and what I can bring to your group or your organization or your job. Okay? Don't ever sell yourself short. Now, there were some other things that I wanted to add in there. You have to figure out why you're going to do what you have been called to do. You have to know the reason why you want to do those things. Sometimes, like for me, I can't quit. I can't quit. I have to keep moving. I have to keep doing things, because if I don't, hey John, thank you for joining. If I don't, then guess what? We're going to end up back to the beginning of where we started. And it's not good to keep going, falling back all the time. If you fall down, you get back up, but you pick back up where you left off. You don't end up falling so far back that you can't pick yourself up from where you were. Okay. I like to tell people, know your whys. Like for me, my whys was my children. I had to make sure that I could provide for my children. And whatever I have to do in order to make that happen, that's what I'm going to do. If it means me sitting up till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and working, I will do that. You have to prove a point. Whatever you're bringing to these people, because you're not going to sell yourself short, as we said before. Hey, Michael. You want to make sure that you are giving them your best at all times. Give them your best at all times, because that's going to be your why. That's going to be why you're choosing to do what you do. Everything that you do has to be great. it has to have that expectation of greatness that you're going to be providing to somebody else. For me, one of the other things that I said that the reasons why that I wanted to make sure that I don't just give anybody what I have is because I know that God gave me a gift, and I know that within that gift, He will make room for everything else to happen for me. That's my why. That's my why. That is the reason why I do what I do, because when I give out to other people, He automatically brings it back into me. You have to realize that you have to give something in order to get something. So like I said, you be great. Hey, Willette, how are you? Thank you for joining. You have to understand that God has given you a promise. 9 times out of 10, you have to figure it out. If you need to have that little talk with Jesus, you know, that's my line. You got to have that talk with Jesus and figure out what it is that you have been called to do. Okay. And once you figure that out, you can then figure out what your why is from there. Let's see. Sometimes when I first got started, I would ask, why me? Why did you choose me to do this? But I remember some time ago, a young lady told me on a prayer call one Saturday morning, she said, you know what? She said, you have been chosen because you are the one that is going to hold your family together. You are the one that's the strongest. God chose you because He know that you could get the job done. So are you walking in your purpose for what God has called you to do, or who He has called you to be, that you know you have to get your job or your task done by any means necessary? Are you really doing that? So you have to think about all of the things that you've been called to do, where you've been called to be at, who you've been called to work with, the things that you are going to work towards in the future. Because you're thinking about, number one, from last week, what your success looks like. And this week you're going to think about, who are you sharing your vision with? Who are you sharing it with? Are you settling for less? We're not going to do that anymore. We're not going to do that anymore, because you know your why. You know what your purpose is. You know who you are. And nobody can take that away from you. Nobody. So don't forget that. I'm going to open it up for questions. If anybody has any questions, you can put it in, and I will get ready to close out, because we are on a schedule and we have about 7 minutes. So every Monday we will be doing Motivational Mondays. I want you all to join in. Please invite other people to come in, and we can make this a lot bigger than what it was before. I want to be able to reach out to as many people as we can. We also have different events that will be coming up, and I would like for you all to stay tuned to your my Facebook post, and please chime in if you have any questions. Inbox me and let me know what it is that you need. As I said before, every week we will be covering something from Journey Through the Eyes of a Teen Mom, which is my personal self-help book. If you have not gotten it, I have placed the link in the comment box down below, and you can either inbox me or you can go on the link yourself and purchase your book, and I will send it out to you. So as I said, we want to not settle for less. We're not going to do that. We're not going to sell our goodies to the lowest bidder. We're not going to allow people to tell us what our version of success should look like. We're going to continue to push forward, walk into our purpose, know our why, the reason why we do the things that we have been called to do. You got to walk in it. As I said last week, if you're talking and you're not walking, then you have a problem. You have to be able to talk the talk and walk the walk. Talk the talk and walk the walk. Okay? Some of us get out here and we just want to have the name saying that we did something. But if you don't put the work behind that, it means nothing at all. You have to be able to continue to give the people something that you are. Thank you, Kelly. I appreciate that. You have to be able to continue to give your audience something that they need, something that they're going to be looking for, something that's going to be helpful to them, okay? So, like I said, we are closing out. Do you all have any questions for me at this time? We have about 5 minutes. I will be taking any questions that you have. Anything that you all would like to discuss from this insert tonight. Any suggestions? Did you all get something from this tonight? Give me some feedback on that. Thank you, Latasha. I appreciate that. I'm just doing what I'm called to do. I have to do it. I have to do it. Hey, Shad, how you doing? Thank you for joining. I guess I could give you could watch the playback. Okay, so Michael says, how do you know what your why is? Many people don't know how. Okay, so when it comes to finding, I'm not coming back to 198. I'm not. Sorry. Thanks, Willette. Hey, Sean. Thank you for joining. When it comes to finding out what your why is, you have to think about what you're great at doing. Okay, like you're right now, you're a recruiter. So guess what? You're great at communicating with people. You're great at recruiting people to walk into their purpose, because guess what? They don't know that they really want to be a soldier. Okay, they don't know that. So right now, your why would be connected to what it is that you do best. You want to pray. You want to ask God to give you directions. You want to try to figure out other things that you're great at. You know, not just something that you have as a hobby or anything like that. And sometimes you can turn your hobbies into, what it is that you're going to be doing. But you have to think about what it is that you're really great at, something that can motivate and inspire other people to follow you. So what you're doing right now, people are actually following you. They're coming in, they're joining the military. They think that what you have is something that they need. And that's how you know what your why is, because when you figure out what your why is, then you would be able to help others. And that's exactly what you're doing. So I would say that you're walking in your purpose right now. Now, what your next level is going to be, you want to pray about that. You want to ask for guidance and direction once you finish with your military career, whenever that may be, and ask him to help you to move forward into something greater. Did that help you out? Yes, absolutely, Cherie. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Javon, thank you. Thank you. And I know that you're going to be doing great things in Atlanta. So we're going to probably end up having to come out there and do something together so we can get you moving out in a different crowd too. We can open up some new doors for you also. Okay, good. Well, I'm glad that you got something out of that, Mike, because I want you to be able to, I want everybody to be able to get something from these Monday night motivational videos so that we can continue to move forward into what God has predestined for us. We want to be able to do what he has called us to do and be great at it. Any other questions before we end up in out tonight. We have about 2 more minutes. So if you have anything that you want to say, Cherie made a good point. She said, footsteps in the dark becomes footprints in the light. That's awesome. That is awesome. So you don't have to let everybody know what you're doing, when you're doing it, how you're doing it. You just continue to walk, continue to do what you've been called to do. And eventually when the time is right, then everyone will see the work that you have put in. A lot of people didn't know what I was doing 2 years ago. They just knew that I had something going on. I was trying to build this organization. They didn't know I was writing. They didn't know that I was trying to get things done. But here we are 2 years later, and guess what? I turned my pain into my purpose. Thank you, Jen Vaughn. I appreciate that. And thank y'all for the hearts and all of that good stuff. Please make sure that you share. And we want everybody to be able to be a part of this on Mondays. If you could come back next Monday, please do. You can follow me on Instagram under Shonda Alexis. I have a Twitter account. Twitter. Okay. So it's under Shonda Alexis. And okay, Shanique. So Shanique says she wants to be an inspiration to her kids. So walking into her purpose is finding a way to bring single parents some relief, getting a day to relax, going on a daycation. I like that. I like vacations. Or let's see. Just need a way to make it happen. Okay, Shanique. So every year I was doing a single mom's holiday retreat, which we have decided to move because I waited so late this year to do it with everything else that I had going on. We're going to probably push it out till February and do a Valentine's Day retreat for our single mothers. I hope that, they don't have the little boo thing on the side where they won't be able to make it. But we'll try to do it before Valentine's Day, actually. But it will be a time of relaxation where we do pretty much full makeovers. We do a makeover of your mental status, also for your physical being. We bring people in to pour into your life, allow them to share their stories and what it is that they do and how they help and prosper other people to success. And I think that would be a great project for you to help me with, cousin. I appreciate it. So we'll continue to talk, and I'll send you some information, because that's just confirmation for me that I need not let that go as I thought I was going to do, because I have another event planned for February as well. So just stay tuned for all of the announcements and things like that we have going on. It's going to be coming fast, because the end of the year we have a lot of things that we'll be doing. I'll actually be doing a poetry show where I'll have the books and everything out there, and I'll be sharing my story with that. I also have the I also have the event in Atlanta. So Javon, I'll be down there on the 17th. The 17th of December. I'll be down there in Atlanta. So you might want to join in on that. That's a vision board party. And I'll be there for that. So Shanique, get ready. You'll be doing some work. Hey, Simone, how are you? Thank you for joining. We were just getting ready to close out, but you can actually watch the playback video of everything that I discussed. But tonight we talked about how,